thank you very much for lending your attention to us in these last minutes. I'd like also to thank Portugal Fintech for inviting me and for making this wonderful panel. Before we jump into the topic, I would like to firstly ask the members of this panel to introduce themselves briefly. Gonçalo,
Sure. So I'm Gonçalo Santos. I am the CEO of Directa, which is an insurance company, is a direct and digital insurance company belonging to the Fidelidade Group. And I'm sure most of you know us more under the brand of OK Seguros.
Hi. Hello. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Nelson Brito. I'm from Luz Saúde, Hospital da Luz brand, and I'm the digital responsible from some of the most of the digital initiatives that we have today in place.
Hi everyone, my name is Domingos. I'm one of the founders of Habit, and I run most of the partnerships with our friendly companies and partners. Shortly at Habit, we enable large companies with a large customer base, such as Luz Saúde or any other partner, with the capacity to embed insurance products in their customer journeys.
thank you. So we'll be talking about embedded insurance. So ending this conference on a high note, the usual definition of embedded insurance is offering insurance affordable, personalized, and relevant for people when and where they need it. So you can see that in this definition, it has customer experience all in it, right? So I would like to firstly ask Domingos, how exactly does embedded insurance help in this customer experience of the client, and how Habit enables that as well?
Sure,
that contributes to that.
In our opinion, embedding insurance products in third parties' customer journeys or embedding into a specific product profoundly switches and alters the customer experience, the engagement, the value that is provided to the end customer. Sometimes it's also the way to subsidize and to support the operation of products that otherwise are free and do not have a business model other than insurance. At Habit, we do that by make it seamless for the partner to just start distributing the product or embedding the insurance product in their journey, to make it also convenient and also to attach contextually to multiple moments in the touch point between the end customer and the distribution partner. So, yeah.
Thank you. Still on the same topic, Nelson, if you may, how does embedding insurance into the patient's journey in this case also help Luz should provide a better care to them?
I believe, as you can imagine, one of the big issues that we have in the healthcare sector, it is to maintain the conversation. Normally, the most part of the people that are here in this room just remember our name and to come to us when you are sick. And this is a huge problem, not just for us, but for all the ecosystem. And one of the things that we strongly believe, it is the embedded insurance can help us to change the way the people try to come to us. And one of the things that we start and we have done in the last year, together with Habit, it's to create a moment where normally the people try to understand how they are. And if you go to Hospital da Luz website or if you go to My Luz app, you can do you can do your health check point and try to understand how you are today. And what we are trying to do is to change the way as you as a customer come to us. Because we strongly believe that if our customers try to every day to try to understand how they are, when you come to the right care at the right moment. And what we are trying to changing in the customer journey with this type of solutions completely embedded, it is to maintain the dialogue every day, every moment, to reduce the pressure that we received when we don't do this. It is not good for us as a player in the healthcare sector to receive next Monday the number of customers that we will receive in urgent care due to the weather that we have in the last 10 days. That it's a huge problem to us. And normally, you as a consumer believe that what hospitals want is people arriving and not by car, by plane, by a huge type of transport, and that it's a thing that we don't want. We want to provide an experience that maintains every day, every moment, the relation with you, to try to reduce the level of sick people that normally we receive, because the resources that we have, it's so limited, the costs to the insurance ecosystem or market, it's too high for the coming years. If we don't do this type of things completely connected with the customer journey, nobody will survive. And that is what makes the difference to try to entry in embedded products and to give the possibility to the customers maintain a strongly dialogue every day, every moment, not just then when they are sick. Okay?
Thank you, very insightful. Gonçalo, how exactly, usually customer experience insurance is related to the purchasing and the buying phase, right? So I'd like to understand exactly how is the traditional insurance adapting to changes more in the sales process?
Sure, it's a very good question, and because I think that's a huge challenge for the insurance industry. I don't think the insurance sector does all the underwriting and selling of insurance products very well when we compare it to other sectors like e-commerce, for example. So underwriting and insurance is still what you can call kind of a painful process. And this is something that the insurance industry needs to deal with. I believe that it's a specific challenge when we talk about embedded insurance, because what happens is that when a client is buying a product online, let's say an e-commerce product, let's say a client is going to buy some furniture, and so he picks out his cupboard, his sofa, picks out the color, he pays, it's done. And then there is an embedded insurance for him to underwrite and protect his furniture. Let's say it's a home content insurance. And today, the processes that most insurance companies offer their clients is not very seamless, like Domingos was saying. It's not very simple. And so there is a challenge for the insurance industry to be able to offer clients an experience in underwriting and insurance that is at least as seamless, as simple as the buying of the product that the insurance is connected to. And of course, this has a lot of dimensions that need to be addressed. Many of those are being addressed by companies like Abbott, like Domingos is trying to sort this problem through more technology, mainly. But there's also a lot that insurance companies need to do in terms of making insurance products simpler. So insurance products are usually very complex. Also, in terms of making underwriting processes simple, because they're usually very complex. We ask a lot of information from our clients. And so my main point here that I would like to make is that even though user experience on insurance still has a long way to go, I believe that embedded insurance, especially in companies and insurance companies that are willing to put embedded insurance into their strategies and really try to tackle this seriously, can be a driver of change for those insurance companies to make better client experiences across the board, not only on the embedded insurance channel.
Thank you. So I guess everyone likes stories, right? I guess I would like to ask the panel here to share their stories, their use cases where embedded insurance improved either their partners' customer experience or their own customer experience. Mingxu.
I would love to share the stories with these two gentlemen in their companies, but unfortunately I'm not allowed to do it. Maybe they want to share something that Luz or Via Directa will be announcing soon. But at Habit we are focused on four main verticals, which are banking and specialized retail. For instance, we just soft launched, and I won't say much to the people that are here. We just launched with Credibon and Pisca from Crédit Agricole Group, with Via Directa and other insurance companies, some embedded and affinity experiences. We are focused on the healthcare space. We have some cases, one of them with Luz Saúde, which I'm strictly forbidden to share, and telcos. I would say that one of the stories or one of the cases that we are actively building and productizing and make it very vertical so it's easier to scale and mainstream is our relationship with telcos. So at Habit we are all about contextual insurance, understanding the right moment to show the right insurance product to the right customer, but through our partners, so through, for example, a telco. This means that Habit collects data from telcos. We use that data to create contextual moments, and those are the moments then that we use to create sales funnels. And those sales funnels are not done traditionally by someone on the phone calling the customer, of course, but they are injected into the existing touch point between the customer and the telco. Meaning that if telco's customer or prospect is in a physical store to subscribe for internet service, we actually inject into the point of sale information to the sales representative to say, show this insurance product to the end customer and explain why the customer should buy the product. Of course, this has a lot of technical details, regulatory framework components, but the important part is that we make it seamless and fully simple to integrate and to go live. So yeah, I would say this is one of our best cases are within the telcos because we make it actually very fast, something that otherwise was not old, but it was based on a project. And you know, when you start a project, you have several months ahead of project management, IT teams discussing what to do, what not. And if you provide them with a framework that is an insurance product on an API, you are already limiting the scope of what can be done. So yeah.
I cannot give you the full information about the service that we will, or the product that we will launch in the coming weeks, less than that. But the market will understand first. We are a healthcare player, and what we do, it is to provide care to people. And what we will try to have in the market together with Habit, it's things that can be better for the customer, the level of services that we provide, but we don't want to compete with insurance companies because we believe that it's the market of the insurance companies. What we want and what we will launch in the coming days will be something that can be better for the insurance companies to offer to the customers embedded or as a plus of the services that the customers can receive in our hospitals. And to give you the idea what we have done in the last years, like my first comment, today when you need urgent care. For example, you can call to Luz 24, that it's a free service, 24 hours a day, that if you call, due to the facts that you report, our team will tell to you, you don't need to come to the urgent care, you just need a consultation in 2-3 days, or you need to come, and if you don't have a transport, I can put the transport in 1 hour in your home. And things like Habit can help us to accelerate this, because this is not our legacy. Until now, we just provide care inside of our hospitals and clinics, and we are enlarging the experience to the customers. We are trying to identify the white spaces that we have in the customer journey and try to embed all the things that we can embed. Another type of examples, 75% of the customers that we received in January in our hospitals have My Luz. And you have embedded the process of due check-in. You have embedded the way we confirm your healthcare plan conditions, if you can entry or not entry, and if you need to pay something, we are not worried about that, because after you will receive just a notice that you can pay in My Luz, and 25% of the payments are done inside of My Luz. Okay, more than 1 million per year. And the service that we will offer in the coming months, days, weeks, it's things like that. It's how we can adapt to the market that today we prefer to stay in our homes and receive care inside of our home. We don't want to come to a hospital. We just want to come if it needed. How it is the reaction to the market after COVID? It's completely different. In the past, you go, it's not nice, but if you have good facilities, not a problem. If you have a good access, not a problem. But today, the people live far away from our hospitals. They want to have access to care in the different types of way, and the people are hoping that Hospital de Luz as a brand can provide a better experience than in the past. And to do that, it is just possible if we have a seamless experience in all type of journeys that the customers stay with us. And companies like Habit help us to accelerate that process and give us a way to come from a legacy type of business that we are, because we are bricks and mortar until a few years ago, and now the care that we need to deliver will be much different from the past, and need to be the right care at the right moment and with the right type of product to offer, and to provide a better experience to our partners. And the partners is the guys that from how many years ago start to sell insurance to the people, be ready to the market, private market, that it's the market where we play, and we don't want to compete with them. We just to be added value to all the ecosystem and first to the consumers.
Sure. So and I'll start answering by saying this. So we as an insurance company, our main goal, besides being profitable and selling more insurance policies, as all companies, is to provide our client with two things. One is to potentiate self-serve, so that the clients are able to serve themselves. So that's one of the objectives we have. And the other one, and even more important, is to offer our clients convenience. And we really feel that embedded insurance, specifically the type of embedded insurance experience that Domingos was mentioning, which is contextual. So when we have the insurance being offered to, and when it is relevant for the client, is what maximizes convenience. And of course, there is, and Domingos mentioned this partnership we have been developing with a large credit institution, Credit Bon, to offer the insurance, auto insurance, at the same time as auto credit financing is being offered. And this is of course a very good example of convenience, because when I'm buying a car, I want credit to pay for it and I want insurance to cover it, right? So, and I don't know if it has happened to any of you at some point, but at least to me, it happened to me at some point. I went to pick up a new car and then I realized I didn't have insurance for it. So, and then I had to go online and underwrite whatever insurance I was being offered. So, if I'm able to offer this to the clients in terms of package, this is the best definition of convenience. And of course, this is a good example, and this is something that we want to do more and more, especially specifically with credit institutions. But also, I'd like to share with you another example that we have in our insurance company for many years, a partnership that we have been developing for many years in embedded insurance with a specific partner with MDS and Sonai, which is a brand called Seguros Continente. And I think this is relevant also to give you an idea of how, in terms of volume, these partnerships can be, because oftentimes the embedded insurance channel is something that we look at as, like an add-on to our main channels, be them direct or through brokers, whatever. No, these can be very relevant channels in terms of production, in terms of volumes. And in the case of Seguros Continente, which is a Via Directa brand, we have reached over 30,000 insurance policies only on auto insurance. So these are very relevant numbers. Of course, this happens on a large number of years, but it's just to give an idea of the potential that these kind of partnerships may have.
Speaking on partnerships, I guess I think most of you have heard the word partnership about 30 times now. Embedded finance is very dependent on this partnership, so I would like to dive into that. Domingos, how you've spoken about the partnership with telcos, right? So I'd like to know more about how do you approach your partners or your potential partners? What things do you consider when thinking, okay, this is a good partner, this is not? Both industries, both individual companies, and also what are the challenges in creating and maintaining these partnerships?
Sure. At Habit, we are at the stage of our company where being scalable, being able to totally be capable to deploy the pipeline and the partnerships that we are sourcing is quite relevant for us. We have internally a sort of a one-by-one framework, which means that we try to stick to the rule that our partners, we need to pick our partners, and the partners also need to pick the right one. And we try to find partners that match this one-by-one, which is high compatibility with high value. And on the high compatibility side, it's our core value proposition. We are compatible with whatever sales channel you have, whatever sales methodology you have, with whatever sales moment you have. You need the data to find that moment, and then the technology adapts. The high value means that the partner needs to have that data that allows us to create to infer the right moment to show the insurance product to the customer, but also they need to have a large audience. So at this moment, this is how we try to sort the partners that we work with, high compatibility and a large customer base. And with this, we believe that we are tending to void and to get a little more, to get far and further away from the showstoppers, the blockers, the non-volume, and this is what we have been doing to find the right partnership.
Thank you. Nelson, healthcare is extremely complex and also sensitive in a way. I'd like to understand what things you also take into account when approaching this partnership, especially knowing that bad partnership is extremely damaging to the patient, but at the same time they can add a lot of value.
Yep. I believe that it's impossible today to us to provide healthcare if we don't work in partnership with our customers, not just with our clients, but especially with our customers that play an important part of the invoice of our clients. And what we believe when we partner with our customers, it's first try to put the clients in the first page, and sometimes it's not easy because due to business driven aspects of our partners, to put the client in the first page or in the center, if you can use that expression. But for us it's very clear what type of service that can provide by Hospital da Luz, and what are the lines that we need to play with partners in a fair way to give the experience that the customers or the clients will receive and they want. And to us, since the beginning, it's very clear that we don't compete with partners. We try to have a better value proposal for the clients if we do the right partnerships, and that needs to be clear. And when we try to understand the market in the recent years, sometimes it's difficult to us to see a brand of distribution try to sell healthcare. For us, don't make sense, because in our opinion, the most part of the projects that some of the brands of distribution in Portugal, consumer distribution, try to sell health, the most part of the projects don't work because the brands don't have any knowledge to sell a sector like healthcare. Why they not come to us and try to see if it is possible to leverage the sector? Why a telco company wants to sell a health plan to the customers just to maximize the database of the customers? They believe that they will sell a lot of plans of healthcare during several years to a customer that don't recognize the brand as a healthcare player? That they believe that? Or it is just a part of the brand? It's nice, but it's real value that the telcos wants to play, to try to entry in the healthcare sector. You can imagine that Hospital da Luz now launch a service of 5G to the customers of Hospital da Luz. You will buy from us that type of things? And you will believe that you go to a supermarket to buy cookies and you believe in the ad that they will provide the very best service in healthcare of the market? You will believe on that? We don't believe on that. And we prefer to do a good job in the things that we know how we need to operate, that try to have all of the things inside of our ecosystem provided by us. If we don't have the expertise, we need to be together, but we need to be on the same page with our partners, and that is very tough in the Portuguese market. I don't know if it is the egos, I don't know if it is the legacy, I don't know if it is the bureaucracy, but that is the reason as companies, small companies, enter in the market, change the market, and the legacy companies try to understand what is happening. And to conclude, we strongly believe in partnerships, but we need to have a clear rules what are the drives of each player on that partnership.
Thank you. Also, it's extremely important for traditional insurance companies to partner with technology companies. I'd like to understand what kind of technology companies are interesting for these partnerships, and also what do you take into account in the decision of partnering versus building and innovating in-house?
Sure, I think so. The key words there are focus and leverage. So we want to focus on what are the activities that are our core activities as insurance companies. And as I mentioned in the first point, I think that insurance companies, in order to transform themselves and to provide better experiences for the clients, need to focus on changing their products, in changing their pricing, in improving their underwriting and simplifying their underwriting processes. So I think these are the core of insurance companies. When we are talking about distribution channels, and specifically, again, regarding embedded insurance, there are other activities that need to be ensured, that need to be developed. One of them, of course, is integrations. So to integrate and to have technology that integrates easily, seamlessly with partners. We could do it ourselves, of course, we can develop that, but that's not going to be our core. That's not going to be what we are good at. So we tend to partner with technological partners such as Abbott in order to leverage what they already have. So, and if we can leverage their technology, we can also leverage, for example, their commercial base and the commercial work that they do with what we can now call B2C partners. So I think that's the short answer to your question. Then I'd like to just touch on one point that Nelson touched and agreeing totally with the or opposing a bit to the notion that everyone is trying to sell everything to everyone, right? And of course agreeing that this is not the path. And in insurance in specific, I think that the borderline is when we are thinking about partnering with a specific company, being a telco, retailer, or whatever, to sell insurance. I think the main question to be asked is how are we going to add value here, and how is this partner going to add value to us through the creation of this contextualized experience? Is the product that our partner is selling, does it have any connection with the insurance that we are selling? Are we able to create convenience for our client together? And so I think this is the main driver that should define whether we partner with one institution and we don't partner with another.
Well, to end the panel, I'd like to ask one thing. I'd like for you to take out your crystal balls and speak about the future. I have two questions. You can briefly answer them both in one. Behind this is a sentence that says, will every company become a fintech? I want to ask you, will every company offer insurance embedded in its journey? And secondly, what you see happening in the next years to embedded insurance specifically?
We believe, and I totally agree with what Nelson just said, although our mission is to spread insurance, I totally agree with what Nelson said. And I do believe also that that's our mission. That is, Abbott, since our early inception, a couple of years before COVID, our mission was to create a non-existing category that was contextual insurance, making sure that that insurance product makes sense to that customer through that channel, through that partner, and a way to stop having a health insurance product in the shelves of a supermarket. So we agree, we believe that the next years will be all about contextuality and making sure that the insurance product is fully contextualized. It makes sense to the end customer, and we also believe that we are on the front of the initiative, and we have been working hard to accomplish that. So contextual.
It's the same question for
The
everyone.
future. I believe that the resources that we will have in the coming years with artificial intelligence will give us the possibility to have a different type of relation with our customers. And it's a lot of data that we have today that we don't use in a proactive way. We just wait. And normally when we try to not wait, the customers are not ready to the conversation that we want to maintain with them. But I believe that for the coming years, with the new technology that we have, the embedded will be most activate due to the fact that we will use the information in a different type of way, and the clients will be ready for the different type of healthcare or the provide of healthcare to them. Today we are not ready. Today normally if you received a call from a hospital, it's not for a good thing, and you need to be ready to receive that type of call. If that will not occur in the coming years, we have a serious problem, because it's impossible to us as a player in the healthcare sector just wait from the customers, because we will not have the resources to provide the care if we wait for you. And this is difficult to accept. We prefer to discuss if SNES have the resources, if the private have the resources that SNES don't have the resources. I just want to comment this. Nobody have the resources to the future if we don't change the way we consume healthcare. And Embedded can help us to do that type of changing, because until now we just wait. And normally you don't want to receive the call from us or from your doctor, and that need to change.
I think that the answer to that, as always, is it depends. So I think that, and I said before, I mean, if we look at client and consumer trends, obviously, we see that the trend is, especially on when we talk about online and digital channels, the trend is definitely bundling. So clients are wanting to bundle more and more, in the sense that when I'm buying something, and if I'm offered something that relates to that something, I'm more keen on buying that second thing. We see that a lot, for example, on marketplaces, right? That's why today we have marketplaces in which sell everything, all kinds of products from very different origins. So regarding insurance, what I would say is that in embedded insurance, I think the trend is exactly the same, but the success that this trend is going to have and how quick the adoption of embedded insurance will be for the client depends a lot on the seamless of the experience that we are able to provide the client. Because again, making the parallel with e-commerce, you know, if I'm buying a TV and then I'm offered to buy, I don't know, a table for the TV, the buying process is very simple. So this is what needs to happen also on embedded insurance, and of course there's some road still to travel to get there.
Thank you.